Out of all the saw traps, which do you think you could survive? That's actually really easy. The one from today. I saw 10 today, saw X. Let me see if it's in the trailer and I'll pull it up. The very first trap they had in that movie is actually a super simple one. Give me 1 second, let me see if I can find it real quick for you. No, it's not in that trailer. Oh, here it is. It's this one. So this one, which looks like some BDSM shit with all these tubes, but the trap is this guy was about to steal a watch from someone in the hospital. And the trap is those sticky fingers, you're going to have to pay for it. And if you don't, these tubes are going to suck your eyeballs out. So it's actually very simple. All you have to do is, on one hand, he has a dial. Does it not show it in this clip? There it is. On that hand, he has a dial, and it's 1 through 5 for each of his fingers. Each time you click it on one of these, it breaks a finger. If you just, and you only have like 60 seconds. You just rip it, break all your fingers, that shit will heal, and you're fine. That would be the only one I could do. Of course, it's not pleasant, but it's a lot better than all of the other traps. And thanks, Rebel. I don't play Modern Warfare 2 at all. And thank you for that, Bap. Yeah, those traps are brutal. Not this one, but like the other ones in the later parts of the movie. And pretty much every saw trap in every movie is significantly more brutal than this. This one's free. Like if you got this saw trap, you just take the 5 broken fingers and be like, you know what? I learned a lesson. Like a Darman video. This would be the only saw trap I'm confident I could do. Did the dude survive? No. I don't know how much you guys care about spoilers. So, spoiler warning, you can mute now if you want. What he does is really fucking stupid. He goes slow, really slow. So he has 60 seconds and he breaks like 1 finger every 15 seconds. He gets through 3 fingers and then doesn't finish it, so he has his eyeballs sucked out. He loses. It's like, why the fuck would you do that? You've already gone 3 fingers, just, you know, commit, finish with the other 2, full send, and you're done. You get to live another day. It's like super dumb. I don't know what he would, like, I don't know why he wouldn't just commit. I feel like anybody would. I am not. Thank you for the big 50 though, Charlie, but no. I did not like the music video. I didn't finish listening to it, but I don't think it gets much better after the first like 30 seconds or anything. This one was obviously just for the visual element, for sure. But the chatter's question was, is there any saw trap I think I could survive? And it's definitely this one. And this is the only one. Every other saw trap I've ever seen in the movies, I don't think I'd make it. It's a fucking stupid answer. This isn't brutal, it's just really stupid. But it's the main saw trap I think back on now, just because it was so shockingly dumb. In the 2017 Jigsaw movie, this, I guess it's a spoiler, but the movie's, it's 2017. It's already like almost 6 years old. Who cares? The final game they play is as simple as it gets. Sawed-off shotgun in the middle of the room. 2 people are left. And John says, here's your key out. Here's your key to the door to get out, or whatever. And then he loads the shell into the shotgun, pumps it, sets it down, and then the idea is you're supposed to get the shotgun and shoot the other person and you get to survive. But the big twist, one of them picks up the shotgun, shoots the other, and then they realize that the key was in the shell, so they blew up the key, and then they end up rotting there and die. And I just thought that was so unbelievably dumb that I think about that one as like the main saw trap now in my head. That's the one I default to. The shotgun was made to fire backwards. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part too. Not that it's actually relevant at all, but you're right. The shotgun fires backwards, so the person that picks it up fires it and they blow their fucking skull off. And then the other person sees the key, or what's left of the key. You're right, I forgot about that. Enjoy your waffles, Vincent. Thanks for the 20. I'm pretty nasty at ping pong. Yeah, that wasn't really that's not really relevant to the trap though, Hamp, but yeah. Saw 2017 had some of the worst traps I've ever seen, not counting the movies with Mark Wahlberg's brother in it. Yeah, that was one of my major complaints about Jigsaw, the 2017 movie. The traps were just unbelievably boring. They were super boring. They really were. What's the easiest saw trap to DIY at home? You need to be on a list ASAP. What the fuck? What's even the appeal of the Saw films? Believe it or not, they actually used to be really interesting. The first Saw movie I still think is incredible. But now they've just kind of fallen into mindless torture porn nonsense over the last like decade or so. The most recent one though I actually think is pretty good. Saw X it's decent. Definitely the best one they've had in a while. Is there any movie that genuinely scared you? Yeah, I've talked about it a couple times, man. When I was a kid, I was super afraid of horror movies, so the very first horror movie I ever saw, One Missed Call, was traumatizing. Made a whole video about that, and then I went back and watched it, and it's an unwatchably bad horror movie. Would you live stream another Saw game if made? Yeah, I play most new games that come out, so sure. And no, I never did Monia. I kept forgetting, so I still haven't. And who knows, Winky. Run the Saw gauntlet of all the traps of the first movie. I'd probably just take the 24-hour marathon, John. That's actually I know this has been done a lot, but I am curious if anyone on our team could do some of the Saw traps. Like, complete them, that is. Because there are some that you could realistically try without getting yourself killed. I'm gonna write that down. You ever see Krampus 2015? Yeah, that shit was great. I'm actually upset there hasn't been more Krampus. Have you seen The Lobster or The Killing of a Sacred Deer? I've seen The Lobster, but not The Sacred Deer. Lobster was cool. I've got an incredible idea for a horror film. Just haven't been able to make it yet. I was actually talking to quite a few people about that. Like, in the industry. It's just, that's not an easy thing to get started. My idea for the horror film is legitimately psychopathic, and I don't know. It might be too over the top. It's a fucking banger of an idea, though. It is so good. It is something that hasn't been done before. But I don't know if I'll ever actually make it. They just reached out, Mess, that was all. Nothing too crazy. I'm definitely not going to tell you. That would ruin the entire surprise of the concept. That's a dumb idea. I'm not going to say it. Eventually, one day, I'd love to make it.